Right now, there's no shortage of budget Hall effect keyboards offering great performance for the price. You can get adjustable actuation, rapid trigger, all those fancy features without spending that much anymore. There are actually a ton of low price magnetic boards that check every box adequately, starting anywhere from around $50 to under $100. But if you're looking for something that's a step up from just adequate in terms of build quality, acoustics, overall feel, and maybe a more unique design, that's where mid-range boards like the DrunkDeer X60 HE start to make more sense. This sits right between budget value and premium enthusiast territory, with a more distinctive design and internals that actually rival some of the best performing HE boards out there. So does this feel like a real step up? Let's find out. Packaging is nice, pretty minimal. Inside you've got the keyboard, USB-A to USB-C cable, and a keycap puller. Pretty standard stuff here. Once you take the board out, it immediately feels unique and definitely more substantial than, a regular budget HE board. It comes in around 840 grams and uses an aluminum alloy snap fit frame. So it's not heavy like a brick or something, but it does feel dense and extremely planted once it's on the desk. The rear case design is also pretty distinctive. It's got this cool cutout style. It doesn't look like every other slab gaming keyboard out there for sure. Fits in nicely with my cutout mouse. Right away it gives off a slightly more refined impression than the straight up value keyboards I've been testing. This is technically a 60% layout, but this one does have dedicated arrow keys and a delete key inserted next to them. What you don't get here is a right control key, so keep that in mind depending on the binds you need. The translucent keycaps are also a little bit different than typical double shot PBT. They're glossy and slick on the sides, but the top has a tiny bit of a chalky matte finish, which gives them a nice tactile grip and makes longer sessions feel more fluid. The included key-in switches only have south-facing lighting, but the PCB does support top and bottom LEDs. Paired with the translucent keycaps, I think the light comes through nicely though. It's evenly diffused. Nothing to complain about here. Overall, the Starship Gray finish with the unique back design make this feel more upscale than your typical budget HE board aesthetic. The X60 HE uses DrunkDeer's in-house key-in magnetic switches, about 35 grams initial force with a full 4mm travel. Not all HE switches are full travel. The stability here is actually pretty solid. There's minimal wobble and the linear travel is very clean with the firm bottom out. There's no weird shifting going on. There is a good amount of resistance when you push it down, so the key presses have a nice firm feel. The sound profile leans toward a deeper, clean clack. It's not super foam modded custom thock, but it definitely sounds more refined than some of the cheaper HE boards I've tested. Here's a quick sound profile test. Performance is where the X60 HE really goes all out. You get 8K polling, 0.2 millisecond latency, and adjustable actuation down to 0.01 millimeters. Basically, that means it's extremely fast and responsive. In actual gameplay, rapid trigger feels responsive and predictable. Counter-strafing, movement spam, all that actuation feels consistent. And that added switch stability really adds to the overall feel of using the X60 HE. For a mid-range board, the internals here legitimately compete with higher end options. DrunkDeer uses a web-based driver. You don't have to install anything, you just go to a website to configure your board. You can switch it to custom mode and unlock full control over everything from actuation points, rapid trigger sensitivity, SOCD, DKS, all that good stuff. The interface isn't flashy, but it's straightforward, it gets the job done, and it has everything you need. Once I dial things in, I don't really come back here often. So who's the X60HE really for? If you're coming from a cheap Hall effect board and want something that feels more refined, meaning like a better build, cleaner sound, more distinctive design, I think this makes a lot of sense. If you want top tier specs without jumping into premium pricing territory, again, I think this makes a lot of sense. It's not the cheapest option out there, so it does feel like a clear step up in polish and user experience, and I think it delivers great performance that competes with some of the best boards out there. So that's all I got for this one, guys. I hope it was helpful. If this helped you make a purchase decision, please consider using the affiliate link down below, as it really helps support the channel and helps me to continue bringing you reviews like this in the future. Don't forget to drop a like and sub so you don't miss the next keyboard review. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.